Hi friends, I am out here in the yard. It's been a beautiful evening. I'm out here doing about to start some of my watering chores, and I just wanted to show you guys some beautiful things. I'm up on my patio. I am not in the garden. My garden is out there. Wow, you can barely see it anymore because of the trees. They're getting so big. But anyways, I just wanted to show you some pretty flowers. So here, let me show you. So this is where I'm standing on my patio, my back door of my house. These flowers right here are called ranunculus and anemones. Um, I couldn't tell you which ones are which. I'm pretty sure these are the ranunculus, and then the anemones, I think, are these ones. They're all closed up right now, but when they're open, they're a lot more of a single petal. But I could be wrong there. I started them, so these get sold as little corms or tubers or bulbs from the store in the winter, late winter, early spring. And I bought some. I started them inside in the basement, and now they are looking gorgeous. So I just wanted to share. Look at that color. Absolutely love it. Look at this one back here. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So I do have something kind of sad going on in my garden. For those of you who talk to me and know about my garden, I was really excited to do a cut flower stand this year, and I'm still planning on it, but these flowers and maybe other flowers are getting, you see that itty bitty crawling bug right there? That's a thrip. You see them all right there? Those are thrips, and they can do damage to a plant, so they're doing this. They're sucking the juice out of these blooms and making them brown. Not detrimental though, but they can be detrimental to houseplants. And they're not fun to get into your house. So the last thing I want to do is give people flowers that have bugs on them. So I'm usually against pesticides, but I have found an organic spray that's supposed to fight them off. And I'm just waiting for it to get delivered, and then I'm going to give it a shot and see if it helps on these. Because if I have them here, most likely I will have them in other places. So then if we turn this way, I am just loving this flower bed. It is filling out so nicely. I love how my ground cover that I do not know the name of, I planted it multiple years ago, it's just spreading and it's spilling over the edge. I did just add these trellises, and I planted clematis at the base of it. It's just a baby right there, so it'll take a couple years, but then it'll be beautiful. This is a sea holly that was falling over, so I just used the trellis to help pin it up. But everything is looking so gorgeous. The tick seed is starting to bloom. And the daisies. And you just can't go wrong with throwing in some conifer foliage. I mean, a lot of people think that they don't like it, but when you actually step back, it adds such a good weight versus if I just had all wispy flowers all through there, it would look a little messy. Kind of like, I'll turn slowly. This is my patio. It's kind of a mess right now. Turning slowly. Kind of like this area. It's pretty, but I feel like it's missing something. I feel like it's missing. I really like the blue over there in that blue spruce. I love the willow. That's called a dappled willow. It's a shrub. And my annual pots definitely bring a pop of color that's needed, but I feel like there's just too much green. I need to mix in some more blue and some purple. But everything is growing really well. I am in love with this petunia. It's like, it's not a bubble gum. I grow bubble gum quite a bit. I have bubble gum this year planted somewhere. Can't remember where I put it. But this is different. This is called something different. I'm really bad at that part. I really like this alyssum over here too, making it look all nice and fluffy. Isn't that gorgeous? And I do like the way this area is turning out with the little decorations. Decorations can really help break up an area, make it look pretty. There's an annual planted in there. Every year I do something different. This year I did verbena. It's going to be gorgeous. It's that purple flower right there. It's going to sprawl down. That purple flower up there is going to go pretty quickly. It's a pansy. They don't like the heat, so it's starting to fizzle out. This is possibly my most cherished plant in my yard. It is a sea holly. I mentioned a sea holly over in the other bed, but this one's different. This one's very special. The other ones get very pokey and they're just kind of messy looking. This one looks pokey, but it's not. It's soft. It's soft to the touch. It's not messy looking. It's just gorgeous. I dug this up from my mom's house before it got sold, and I have tried to collect seeds from it 3 different years. Collected the seeds, tried all different ways of starting the seeds, and it just will not reproduce. I think the other sea holly I have reproduces like mad. It's like a weed. So I think this is a special hybrid that they made to not seed itself. That's a trait that they really try to breed out of some plants because they can become a nuisance in the yard. So I think this is like an advanced kind. I've never been able to find it. If anybody knows the name of this specific variety, please tell me. I would love to have more every year. I'm so nervous this is not going to come back to life because I just cannot get the seeds to go. So it's all I've got is the one. Yes, I have Virginia creeper on my fence. Some people would curse at me for that. It does grow like a weed. I am starting to pay the price. It's starting to come up all over in here. But it is very beautiful in the winter. So I can't complain about that. Or not in the winter, in the fall. In the fall, the color is just unbeatable. I've got a lily blooming over here. Looking beautiful. I've got a rose bush that's a little smothered back there. The bee balm has gotten really tall. I might need to transplant that. Maybe next spring. It's not a good time to do it now. Delphiniums are blooming back there. They are just gorgeous. I mean, that's a true blue. Most quote-unquote blue flowers are actually purple. There's very little blue in plants. And I've always assumed it's just because Mother Nature knows we have so much blue in the sky. But that delphinium really is a true blue. I've still got a bunch of plants over here that I started from seed that are really struggling. I also have a plant that my friend Rachel just brought me this weekend. I need to find somewhere to plant this where it can self-seed. I forget what she said it's called, and it's all closed up right now. Yeah, no, it's not doing it justice right now. I think it's definitely a heat-loving flower. And she said she got it at the farmer's market and it self-seeds. So I want to plant it somewhere where I can let it do that. So this is my patio area. My dog is at my feet going nuts. Here's my chicken fence that I put in this year that connects to the chicken run. I believe they've all put themselves to bed already. Probably. Got some more flowers over there, but I also wanted to walk out to the garden and just show you guys what's going on out there. What do you think, Miko? Should we go to the garden? Miko's still not allowed in the garden. My trees are looking good. I've planted all of these trees when they were like itty bitty. Itty bitty. I've got 2 maples here. I've got a Leland cypress over there. And that is a, it's a pine. It's a, oh no, I'm gonna have a brain fart. I don't know. This is my willow tree. Looking good. Looking whimsical. Donovan put a chair under there the other day for, he was taking a break when he was mowing, and that's where the shade was. What's the name of the tree? I can't remember. Gosh darn it. And that is a ponderosa pine. And then my fire pit. These flower beds out here have just totally gotten away from me. It is a mess in there. You can see there's plants in there because I've planted obviously for many years, but you go about 3 years without giving it attention and weeding, and holy moly, does Mother Nature just take it back. She is like, fine. Look at those though. Aren't those beautiful? So pretty. The pink and the blues. Aphids killing my plants this year. So bad. This is a pretty little bunch. I'll walk in this path to show you. And I'm not going to remember the name of the plant, but it's blooming. It's got purple foliage and white flowers. Makes for a beautiful contrast. Got lots of stuff in here that will bloom. Got some lilies. There's a lot of pretty stuff just mixed in with a lot of weeds. And you know what? I just can't do it all, so that's okay. I'm trying to turn slowly. So someday I'll get control of these beds again. It's fine. This is my smoke bush. Absolutely love it. The color, it's just breathtaking. All right, let's go into the garden. You stay out, Miko. Okay, we are in the garden. Right in the entranceway. Got my peas still going strong. No. Let's acknowledge Mr. Miko before we walk away. You're okay, baby. You're all right. That's a good boy. Oh, the grapes. I have a grapevine growing here on my garden gate. A wild grape planted itself, and I decided to let it stay, and we get some delicious grapes. Looking good. Coming along nicely. If you look up in there, there's a lot of little clusters. Not seedless, definitely not seedless. I feel like extra large seeds. But a fun little garden snack that you can pop in your mouth and get the good part and spit out the seeds. So here is one of my beds, obviously. Let's see if I can, nope, wrong way. Here we go. Not looking very manicured, but you know what, I'm trying to, I don't know, I haven't fully decided. I was going to come in here with bark wood chips. The project has been delayed, and now it's starting to fill in with weeds, but the weed it's filling in with the most is purslane. So that's purslane, the juicy looking one. And it's actually a very, very healthy edible plant. And it could just make a carpet. So I'm thinking about letting it. And then in the spots where there's like grass coming up, I could come pull the grass and just let the purslane take over. I don't know. But the little raised areas, that's a darker soil because I put compost down. That's where I actually have my plants. I have dahlias, and this is just a bunch of mixed flowers. It was for my my cut flowers. Sunflowers and cosmos over there, coming up nicely. And then along the new trellis, I've got all sorts of stuff. We've got beans. Look at this. Oh, they're starting to reach. Look it. Hadn't even noticed that yet. We've got an arm growing, so he's gonna latch on there. I've got different kinds. I didn't do a very good job. Well, that one looks like it needs fertilizer. It's all yellow. I didn't do a very good job labeling. I was just like beans, cantaloupe. I didn't call out like the varieties. So it will be very interesting to see when they start growing and producing. I have my first dahlia bloom today. A dahlia. This one is called, let's see, Wishes and Dreams? Wishes and Dreams? Maybe? Something like that. It's really pretty. Oh, I shouldn't have pulled that out. No, I'm sticking it in the root. We're going to stick it over here. Dark foliage is nice to mix in. These are all dahlias too. These two are from tubers from the store. And then all of these are I grew from seed from Floret Farms, along with some celosia mixed in. This like pink color here, this is celosia. That's a really nice filler for inside a bookcase. My tomato bed is looking good. I'm definitely happy with it this year. I love that I painted my T-posts, you guys. I just cannot get over how much I love it. It brings so much color. Look at that cloud. Squirrel. I was working here last night, working on pruning up the tomatoes. And I had a little breakout of calendula there. I did plant calendula there last year, so makes sense. But I'm letting most of that survive. I'll probably have to come pull some out at some point. But for tomato pruning, as your plants get bigger, you want to lift the leaves up off the ground. If they are close to the ground, they're more susceptible to bacteria and fungus diseases that they get from the water that's touching the soil, splash up from the soil. So it's best to lift up the canopy. You don't want to do it when they're too young though, because they need enough leaves to stay alive. But as they start to get taller, then you come in and you make them look like little trees. And I'm tying them up to the fence. So as they grow, I'm kind of spreading them out like a espaliered tree, kind of, to make them flat as they grow. So then I'll just have walls of plants, walls of tomatoes. And I do have tomatoes growing, look. See it? Right there. I thought I only had flowers so far. But last night when I was out here working in this area, I spotted tomatoes. And I'm so excited. And I only got the first row done last night. But every little bit counts. But when I was down on my knees over there on the first row, I spotted over here. I haven't come over to see, but we'll do it together. I spotted a purple one. Oh yeah. So this is the atomic grape. Oops, sorry. Look at that guy. There's a tomato. So see how he's falling? So what I'm gonna do, and I need to do it quickly because he's starting to curl up and behind the game here. Actually, maybe I'll do this one real quick. See if I can set you guys up. Okay. Hi. So I'm down here on the ground. This is my tomato plant that is falling off of the fence here. So what I need to do is get a little twisty tie, and the great thing is that I have them still here on the fence from last year. So I'm just gonna grab, so these are the little twisty ties that I use. They come in a roll, and you just cut off the pieces that you need, but you can reuse them until they get too far gone. So it's falling. I want it to go up on the fence. Now I don't just want to squish everything up on the fence. So what I want to do is cut off stuff that's growing in the direction I don't need. So I got my clippers. I'm gonna come in here and just cut off pieces. So I try to be smart about it. You get better over the years as you figure out where you want tomatoes to grow and where the leaves should be to keep a healthy plant. So this guy, oh my gosh, he's gotten so tall, but he's just needed some help. So we're gonna help him. I did not realize I was this far behind on some of these guys. They didn't look as tall because they were falling. They were deceiving me. Okay, so once I get, once I'm ready to tie it, I make a little loop. See if you can see that. And you don't want to go super tight because it will start cutting your stem. And then so you make a loop, and then you bring it over to your fence and you twist it around the fence for support. Okay, so now he is standing up taller, and I'll show you what I go ahead and do with the leaves at the bottom. Maybe. So all these leaves are way down here by the dirt, and so they will catch diseases. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to learn how to film. Oh goodness. Okay. So here's the stem. And so I get in here and I'm just gonna cut everything that's low and pull some weeds while I'm at it. This has a lot of weeds here that I don't want. Take that guy off. That guy off. So I'm starting to get more of a tree here, but I've still got some long leaves hanging down. I think I might go a little more. Oh, I think a mosquito just bit my ankle. Little jerks. Oh, you guys, I'm such a mess. Okay. So sometimes if you don't really want to take off an entire branch of leaves, but it's just too low, you can cut it in half so that it's still getting some of the benefits from the leaf arm, but it's not going all the way down to the ground. I'm going to tie this guy up again closer to the top. I was just getting one of my twisties off of the fence. I'll show you a different angle. Okay, so now you're looking at my view, looking down onto the plant. So I tied him up here. So he's got his little loop, nice and loose, but it's still giving him support, but he's still really falling. So it's only going to be a couple days before he's too big again and he's falling. So I'm going to take this piece here and kind of flatten it out onto the fence and tie it nice and tight. Well, loose, but tight, so that he'll be standing strong. This leaf is a little in the way, so I'm going to take this piece off. And when I do have leaves I want to keep, I can push them through the holes in the fence. All right, so here's another example of how to tie it on. So, and I like to go right underneath where there is a leaf node, because then the plant is less likely to just slide down. So you go underneath that little connection there, and it makes it more secure. And just tie it to the fence. So now we can see our purple tomato better. We've got a tree stem. We've got our tree looking stem right there versus this is what it used to look like. So see how the leaves are just going all the way down to the ground? And now we can actually see more water can get to the soil, and it doesn't splash up on the leaves as much. This guy's falling down too, but see, this is exactly what I can't do because it's already almost 9 o'clock at night, and I was just coming out here to water, and I saw some pretty flowers on the patio, and I wanted to show you guys, and now I'm doing a full garden tour, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. So I think I am gonna call it. Look at my pretty potatoes back there though. And you did get a glimpse of the pumpkins right in front of me a minute ago. It's really hard for me to know where I'm supposed to look when I make it a video, but I'm learning, and I love to share my garden with people. So I really hope you guys keep tuning in and watching my videos to share the garden with me. And I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, I lied. I have to show you one more thing. I was heading inside, and look what I found. Look at the red strawberry. Oh, this is my first year with these plants, and they are producing so good. It's just slightly not ripe, but I am taking it. So good. There's another little bed over here. Oh, I see another one. It looks like that one might be for Donovan. Let's see. Oh, yeah. For me and Donovan. All right, friends, I'm gonna go enjoy these strawberries with Donovan. Hope you have a great night. Bye.